The dawn over New Dover came not with sunlight, but with engines. The city, built upon the drowned bones of Washington, D.C., trembled as the first wave of starships rose from the Atlantic launch platforms, their silver hulls reflecting the fiery glow of morning. Children waved holographic flags, their faces bright with pride as the anthem of the United States of Earth Defense Command echoed across the steel skyline. Giant screens displayed the face of President Arthur Lang, his voice calm and solemn as he declared humanity's first step beyond fear. "We do not invade," he said, his eyes burning through the static. "We secure our survival." And across every rooftop, every school, every military outpost, the same phrase was repeated like prayer. The war drums of a new age had begun, wrapped in the language of salvation. Commander Sarah Keaton stood on the upper deck of the launch tower, wind thrashing through her black uniform, eyes fixed on the departing fleet. For 15 years she had served under the Earth Defense banners, but this mission was different. This wasn't defense, this was expansion. Still she saluted as each ship roared into orbit, her expression unreadable to the crowd below. Around her, New Dover was electric, soldiers marching, drones hovering, the scent of jet fuel and salt water mixing into a perfume of ambition and fear. Every street bore holograms of Eden 9, the new world, projected in glorious color. Blue seas, white clouds, and golden continents. The propaganda called it our mirror world. Keaton wondered why the reflection looked so calm. Dr. Elias Monroe, stationed at the New Dover Research Center, watched the same launch through the glass walls of his lab. His team had intercepted alien transmissions the night before, not words, but songs, rhythmic pulses of sound that mapped to mathematical sequences. The aliens weren't sending coordinates or threats, they were sending harmonies. "He's communicating through emotion," he whispered, adjusting the waveform display. His assistant frowned. "You think they know we're coming?" Monroe hesitated. "No," he said softly. "I think they're welcoming us." But the message never reached command. Within hours, all scientific channels were locked by military encryption. The official report claimed the alien signals were malicious interference. Monroe knew that was a lie, and for the first time in his career, he felt afraid of the flag on his uniform. That night, New Dover glowed like a beacon seen from orbit, a crown of light on a darkened world. Families gathered in the city square, chanting the mission name, Operation Dawnshield. Children played with holographic soldiers, laughing as miniature starships fired tiny laser bursts across the air. Yet somewhere deep beneath the celebration, in a forgotten storage bay beneath the research center, Elias Monroe uploaded the last unfiltered alien transmission into his personal drive. The audio was faint, distorted by cosmic noise, but through it, he heard something unmistakable, a human voice whispering in English, "Don't come back." The first human landing on Eden 9 was broadcast live to every screen in New Dover. Clouds of molten gold parted as the descent ships pierced the alien sky, streaking across a twilight horizon painted with two suns. Commander Sarah Keaton's voice came through the comm lines, steady and sharp. Touchdown confirmed. Beneath her, the planet shimmered with oceans of liquid glass and forests that reflected light like mirrors. The terrain was eerily symmetrical, as if carved by intention. The soldiers, wrapped in exo-armor and patriotic pride, stepped out onto alien soil and raised the flag of the United States, its reflection rippling in a crystalline field. Cameras caught every second.
The first boots, the first flag, the first declaration of human presence beyond Earth. But Keaton felt no triumph. The air was too still, the light too perfect, and in the silence of that foreign breeze, she thought she heard breathing. Hours later, exploration squads pushed deeper into what the military called Zone 1. What they found defied every model and myth. Cities built of white stone, shaped like human architecture, but older, impossibly older. Streets paved in geometric spirals that pulsed faintly beneath their feet, and statues, thousands of them, lining the causeways, figures with human proportions, faces eerily familiar. "They built this after watching us," said Captain Heller, scanning one of the structures. "They're mimicking our world." But Dr. Elias Monroe, who had insisted on joining the second landing team, disagreed. "No," he whispered, running his hand across the carved letters etched into a temple wall. "They were here before us." His gloved fingers brushed against an inscription worn by time, but the words were clear enough to freeze his breath. E pluribus unum, the motto of the United States, embedded in alien stone, glowing faintly beneath his touch. By the third day, Monroe's team had uncovered artifacts, data crystals, relics, holograms showing fragments of human DNA, human music, human art. The alien civilization, the so-called mirrors, seemed to possess echoes of Earth's entire cultural memory. Keaton confronted the mission overseer, General Ryder, demanding answers. "Are we sure this isn't some kind of psyop? Some alien reflection meant to confuse us?" But Ryder's orders were clear. Secure the zone, neutralize any resistance, and transmit the victory feed. The soldiers complied. Airstrikes leveled 3 alien cities that never fired a single shot. The broadcasts showed triumph, parades, and speeches of unity. But the ground team saw only smoke and silence. In the ashes of one ruin, Monroe discovered a chamber filled with crystalline capsules, each containing a humanoid figure suspended in light, sleeping, breathing, dreaming. He tried to open one. The reading spiked, and for a moment, the figure inside opened its eyes. They were unmistakably human.
That night, Keaton stood alone outside the camp perimeter, staring at the mirrored moons above. She replayed the alien transmissions Monroe had smuggled to her datapad. Not screams, not warnings, but harmonies, as if the planet itself was singing. When she filtered the audio through her neural interface, a faint image appeared, a star field overlaying the Earth's own sky, but slightly misaligned, as though reflecting another time. Then came the final transmission, recorded moments before the first bombing. It was a voice, trembling, distorted by static, speaking in English. "You've done this before." Keaton froze. Her mind raced through centuries of exploration logs, genetic history, the idea of time folded upon itself. What if this wasn't a new world at all? What if Eden 9 was something else? A remnant, a reflection, or worse, a return? On the 7th day of occupation, the planet began to hum. The sound came from beneath the surface, a deep vibration that rattled every structure, shaking the skyships, rippling through the soldiers' bones. At first, Command dismissed it as seismic activity, but when the light from Eden 9's twin suns refracted into strange geometric patterns across the sky, Dr. Elias Monroe realized the planet wasn't reacting, it was awakening. His instruments displayed impossible readings, electromagnetic fields synchronizing with human brainwaves mirrored across every soldier's neural implant. It's inside the signal. It's not a world. It's a memory. Commander Sarah Keaton and her squad descended into the alien capital to locate the source, a monumental chamber beneath the crystalline catacombs. Inside stood a sphere the size of a cathedral, its surface covered in carvings of human faces, countless and familiar. As Keaton approached, the sphere pulsed with light, and a voice, not spoken, but felt, filled the chamber. You have returned to finish what you began. The chamber unfolded into light. Keaton saw flashes, not visions, but memories. Armored soldiers, human soldiers, marching through these same halls centuries ago. Their flags the same, their weapons older, but their cause identical. She saw them burning cities, erasing records, rewriting history. And then she saw Earth, a younger Earth, scarred and evacuated. Its people leaving in ships marked EDC. The truth hit her like a blade. Eden 9 wasn't alien at all. It was Earth's first colony, abandoned millennia ago, after humanity fled its own dying planet. Their descendants evolving into the luminous beings they now called aliens. The so-called mirrors were not invaders. They were humanity's forgotten children. The first offense wasn't humanity's first interstellar war. It was their returning sin. When Keaton tried to transmit this revelation to New Dover, the command cut her channel. President Lang appeared on the main feed, his voice cold. "This information is classified. Complete the cleansing operation." Then the orbital fleet began its final bombardment. Eden 9 erupted in fire. The crystalline forests shattered into light, the oceans boiled into clouds of molten glass, and the sky turned into a storm of reflections, the planet's own memory fracturing apart. But in the chaos, Monroe activated the alien core, fusing his neural link into its network. "We can't undo what they've done," he told Keaton, his voice shaking, "but we can make them remember." He uploaded the planet's entire history, the evidence, the recordings, the truth, into the fleet's broadcast system. Across Earth, every screen, every device, every home saw the same thing. The faces of the mirrors, human and luminous, whispering in unison, "We are you." The people of New Dover watched in horror as their children's celebration turned to silence. Above Eden 9, the fleet's AIs malfunctioned under the harmonic overload, ships falling from orbit, burning trails across the twin suns. Keaton stayed behind, helping Monroe stabilize the core as it collapsed. Before the final surge, she whispered into her comms, "Tell them this wasn't defense, this was déjà vu." The explosion consumed the sky, folding light and sound into a single blinding pulse. Weeks later, debris from Eden 9 rained softly into Earth's atmosphere. Fragments of glass that glowed in the dark like dying stars. The people of New Dover built a monument by the sea, where the waves whispered faint echoes of alien music. History books rewrote the war as a tragic misunderstanding, but the survivors knew better. Sometimes, at night, the sky shimmered faintly with twin suns, and those who listened carefully claimed they could hear a heartbeat beneath the ocean, slow, steady, forgiving. Humanity's first defense had ended, but its echo remained, not as guilt, but as memory. And somewhere in the reflected stars, a voice lingered, calm and sorrowful. The first offense was never against us, it was against ourselves.